Welcome. Welcome. See, we're just going to wait for like 3 minutes more. But while we're waiting, if you do not know me or you're just joining us for the first time, Flower, no, thank you so much. If you're just joining us for the first time, we started this 2 days ago and it's been mind-blowing. Like yesterday, my DM is on fire from people saying they took, the scan and they're so grateful. And I'm so happy that, God has used me to be a blessing to a lot of people because yesterday was shattering. Like when Fumi went off, when Fumi went off yesterday, my DM, the things I've been reading there from people taking the scan, me, I'm in tears. I'm like, because when I did it too, it was quite invasive. You know how it's almost like something is being excavated. But I'm so glad that God said this thing to me and I took instruction. I literally was arguing with the Holy Spirit. First of all, I was like, God, no. I had a different plan. I wanted to do this as a live event in Nigeria when I go. But the Holy Spirit kept telling me, I am asking you to go and do this. Why are you arguing with me? Why are you arguing? And, everything was just put together by him. It wasn't me. It wasn't my power. Because a lot of you guys who even accepted to do this with me had other things you had scheduled. And you were like, you know what? I'm just going to do this. So I'm so grateful that, God used me as this outlet so that people can get some kind of healing. Because the truth is, people are bottling up so much. I have been in that place. And because these days, I am very intentional about pursuing this thing called wholesomeness. For some people, it has become a mirage. It looks like it's never possible. But the truth is, it is very possible. Bunmi, your life inspires me. I look at you and I'm like, wow, maybe if I was this self-aware, if I had this kind of exposure when I was Bunmi's age, maybe things would have been a lot better. But you know what? I say something to some people. Whenever you wake up is your morning. It's never too late.
Reach.
It's never too late. Whenever you wake up is your morning. Even if it's at 45, that you're just waking up and it's dawning on you that, listen, this last 44 years has been as a result of what happened to you as a child. That's how you've lived it. You can change the narrative at 45. And then you can step into that wholesome life. You can start to live for you. You can start to live a life that you're happy about. You go to sleep, you can sleep. It's not too late. And honestly, these things don't happen by chance.
No.
You have to be intentional about it. It's not like, oh, that thing looks like a dream. No, it is work. People go in my DM, Toyosi, how are you able to do this? How are you able to stay constant at this? Because I want it so bad, honey. Because I want it so bad and I'm not going to stop at anything. When I was moving back to the UK, Bunmi, I had so much fear. There was so much going on. Oh, my business. Oh, this. But I said to God, I said, you know what? I'm not going to let the fear of the unknown limit me from the amazing things that you set out for me where I'm going. I'm going there to go and take over. And I left, and it's been 2 years, and my business is thriving. Literally everything is working, not because of my power, but because I have partnered with the Holy Spirit to get this right. I'm like, God, I can't do this by myself. Just continue to lead me. Whatever you say, if you have to whip me to obedience, whip me to obedience. So I'm like, all of these things that you guys see happening in my life have different elements. There are fragments. There is the fitness element. There is emotional wellness. There is money. There is personal development. And you have to be in tune with this thing. You have to key in. If you don't key in, one part is going to suffer. And once one part is suffering, everything else looks like you're not doing anything. That's when you say, your people will say, like you're walking like an elephant, but you're eating like an ant. But when everything else is working well, it looks like you're doing juju. Everybody's wondering how, but they don't get it. So one of the how is fitness. And Bunmi, like I said before, our life inspires me. I look back and I'm like, okay, let me bring her to come and tell us, because there is a part that this thing plays. There is a huge part it plays in ensuring that we're even able to achieve our God-given assignments. This temple that God has given us needs to be in a certain place. So, Bunmi, I'm just going to introduce you briefly. I know a lot of people here know you already, but officially, meet Bunmi George. So, Bunmi George is the CEO, the founder of Shredder Gang, and Bunmi George is the Bunmi torments me. Sometimes she will just post some things, and I'm like, Bunmi, bye. Oh, okay. But Shredder Gang has been there. Bunmi, is a huge inspiration for a lot of people. She started the business from her personal experience, and it's so relatable. That's why the passion, the consistency is there. You can once you meet Bunmi, you know that this person is passionate about this thing beyond wanting to make money. So Bunmi is going to just tear it apart for us. The role of being fit and healthy in achieving in your pursuit of that wholesome life. So Bunmi, please take it away.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Toyosi.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate the privilege of being here on your platform this evening. I don't take it for granted. So thank you so much for the profound privilege to speak to your network.
Thank you.
Good evening. As Toyosi has already introduced me, my name is Bunmi George. People know me as J Booms. J Booms means Jesus Booms. If you didn't know,
now you know
what it means, because I eat, live, breathe, sleep, wake up dreaming Jesus, and basically believing that my life is a purpose here on earth, and I get to do what God has called me to do. One of my biggest mantras is out of the book of Acts, that and David fulfilled the purposes of God in his generation. And it is my mantra, and it's what I live by, and I say it to God every day. It's helped me to live the purpose of God in my generation. So this is basically what is the foundation, the brooding factor, the everything that you see that my life is laid on. I just needed to say what the foundation is, so that we are not, we don't misconstrue everything comes back to my relationship with God and do what I do, right? So I'll tell you a little bit about myself and how I got here, just so that we can get a brief understanding of who I am and why I do what I do. So basically, I was overweight from a very young age. I think I'm going to move my glasses because I feel like there's a reflection. I was overweight from a really young age. So from the age of 12,
Bunmi,
I started
can you move
getting...
closer? Your audio is a bit wonky.
Is it low?
Yeah, it was low, yes.
Is it better now?
A bit of echo.
Is it better now?
It's better now. It's perfect now.
Okay, perfect. Because I'm using this phone for the first time. I didn't want anyone to call us and then
be distracted. Exactly. That's what I've been doing too. I've been using a phone that has no SIM card in it.
Now my private line for this, right? So hopefully I hope you guys can hear me. Yeah. And so I started gaining weight from a really young age. So from the age of about 12, I was bigger than your average teenager, to be very honest. And so from that age, I already started thinking about, I'm fat. I don't look like the next person. This person is prettier than I am, right? So by the age of 16, I was already 100 kg. By the age of 18, I was 130 kilograms.
Wow.
And now there's a lot of psychological stuff that comes with that, psychological, emotional, as well as physical, right? Because for me, I just felt like, everybody else was better than me. I hope the audio is good, guys.
Yeah, we can hear you clearly. We can hear you clearly.
So I thought that everyone was better than me. I'll look in the mirror and I'll basically pick things about myself that I hated. I'll just look at my body and I'll be like, it's really so big, you're so fat, you're so ugly, look at your chin, look at your face, look at your, I already started having stretch marks from a very, very young age. I think about 14, I already started having stretch marks.
Wow.
So things really affected me as a person, right? And I'm giving all this context so that we can see how I ended up here, because I love this wholesome life, because you cannot live a fit and wholesome life by yourself. That's the truth. That's why I'm giving you the context.
Good.
First. So, and I think it's just really crazy because my first book is called Wholesome, actually.
Aww.
Anyways, so I already started, I already had low self-esteem, self-hate, picking up myself. And I remember many nights I cried myself to sleep because I was jacked up. I really just, my whole plan in life was just to be like everybody else. I just wanted to be normal. I didn't want to stand out. I didn't want to stand out in a crowd. I wanted to fit in, blend in, right? And not knowing that God had actually called me to stand out. It's so funny how now I look back at this thing, and the thing that caused me the most pain birthed my purpose.
Exactly.
Right? So It's just so crazy how I used to cry, God, make me slim. Even though I'll be eating, I'll be eating. I'll eat. Then I'll feel the guilt. The guilt that comes from, there's a shame and guilt that comes from when you overeat. And then at night, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm doing it again. And so this was a cycle over and over again. Until I met Jesus. This is why I said I needed to give the context to it. Because as much as I want to have willpower and education, I cannot remove the role that God played in my work, in my weight loss journey. It would be injustice.
Yeah, it would discount it.
The whole thing was predicated on my relationship with God. And so I remember when I gave my life to Christ, I got saved. And at this point, I already started losing weight. So the thing about it is, I'm going to get to that wholesome part now, is I lost my first, I think I lost about 25 kg. When I lost my first 25 kg, I was what, 105 or maybe even 30. I was at 100 kg. I was feeling fly. I was now taking pictures. I stopped taking pictures. And then people were commenting, but I was still not happy. I was still not happy. Then I knew that, you know what, girl, this has more to do with your inside
than what is outside, because now you've achieved the weight loss, but then you're not fulfilled.
Exactly. So this wholesome and fit life is two ways, right? So you can be fit and not be whole.
True.
But you cannot be whole and not fit. Right? So so for me, that was where my whole journey started from. I started to go on according to the purpose journey, where I started to find out, who I truly was, who I needed to be, my identity. And some people are saying they can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, please.
If you can hear Bunmi clearly, can you please leave us a comment or just tap the add button? Me, I can hear you, Bunmi, but I noticed that when you come a bit closer, it's clouded. But when you sit still, it's a lot better.
Me, I'm a mover. I'll try my best.
Yeah, it's good now. Perfect now. But you can do your movement. We can hear you.
Okay. All right. So basically, that was when I started my fit journey, right? And one thing I found is when I got to marry the both of them, being whole and being fit together, I became like a powerful dynamite, right? And I want to talk about women who are whole, who are wholesome lives. I'm going to give some examples of them, and I want to make a connection between being whole and fit and being successful. It's very, very, they are intertwined. I find that there's a discipline that comes with it. In 2010, somebody told me that he saw that I lost weight, right? And he was like, Bunmi, you can do whatever you plan to do in your life. If you can lose weight, if you can stay fit, then you can do anything. Why? Because there's a discipline, there's self-control, things that come with living a fit life, that it transcends to other aspects of your life. People who really are not fit, look at other parts of their life. Some things are not right. Some things are broken.
So many things will not be right, Bunmi. Let me give you an example. So when you are not fit, physically, you can't, the kind of energy, that me and you can exert, some people cannot. So obviously, a lot of things will suffer. You have children, you can't really spend time with them because you're constantly panting.
Even self-control, regular discipline to say, you know what, I'm going to finish it. As small as that is. So a lot of people, a lot of women were like that. We start a lot of projects and we don't finish. If you are somebody who takes your fitness into seriously, you find that because of the discipline that you're getting from your fit life, you're able to be disciplined in other aspects of your life.
Yeah, it will cascade. Yes, because you cannot repeat that same process of staying in line with getting stuff done.
Yes, it is processes. It is discipline. Nobody stumbles on a good life. Just like
there's no wishful thinking. You have to work for it.
You have to. Nobody's going to work for you. It is you that's going to work for it for yourself.
Absolutely.
Right? So many women that I work with, they're like, oh, I did your plan, it didn't work. I'm like, are you sure? Did you put in your all? So I'm going to give you examples of women who are totally successful. And the first one is right here. She's Veronica. I respect her so much, her discipline, for her working, and that's why it transcends in her entire life. Another woman, Michelle Obama. You find, these are women that I totally respect. I read their books. I watch their videos on YouTube. I listen to their podcasts. Let's bring it down to Nigeria. So I told you the first one, Veronica Odeka. I told you Michelle Obama. I told you Udo Okonjo.
Yes.
They are so disciplined. But if you look at them, they all have a steady fitness routine. So I want us to look at the fitness aspect of it as more than just
exercising.
Exercising to lose weight, right? So for you to live a fulfilled life, for you to live at your optimal best life, you actually have to be fit. You have to eat healthy.
I agree.
So you can all the amazing ideas in this that you want to do. God could have called you to do amazing things. However, if you don't have the intentionality, the discipline to eat right, to work on your body, you cannot achieve it. It's not rocket.
Exactly. How do you start and finish a project when you cannot even just as little as exercising, you're not starting and finishing it. You're not holding on to it. You're not doing it. I always say to people, you're asking me, oh, how do you get... My motivation is in the fact that I want to succeed in life.
Exactly.
That's why I wake up at 4 a.m. and go to the gym. Exactly.
And I don't want anybody to on this live to feel like attacked or triggered. And the truth about it is that there are tools, there are simple tools that you can in your life every single day. And I just wanted to set the context for the kind of conversations that Toyosi and I are gonna have today. And so Toyosi, I think you have some questions for me.
Yes, I do. Okay, so Bunmi, so a lot of people I've had to answer questions about how, I'm getting older, I do everything, I don't see results and all of that. And I'm like, you know what, I'm not the professional here. Even though I'm a fitness enthusiast, Bunmi is coming. So Bunmi, somebody asked, said, what is the effect of age on weight loss and fitness for a woman?
Okay. So it's a very brilliant question, because the truth about it is who you were at 25 and who you are at 41 are two different.
Yeah.
Your body works, how your metabolism works, everything. Certain things that you can now begin to, pump inflammation in your body. You now have an allergy that you didn't have before. Even for me, I'm just 31. However, when I moved from 27 to 28, there was a massive change in my body. So the thing about women actually need to pay attention to their body. Your body is always speaking to you. But most times we're not listening. And for me, one of the reasons why I've been able to keep off my weight for such a long time is because I've been able to understand my body, and I've been able to listen to when my body is speaking to me. So age is a very, very important role in your fit culture. He says my voice is breaking.
It's breaking. It's breaking. No, I don't know whether it's maybe you should. Do you want to swap your phones?
I'll just keep talking till I'm able to do. So I'm able to do that.
Okay, so we're just going to hold on a bit for me to come back. Hey guys, so today, let me even remind you guys of something. Somebody sent me a picture. Baby Fit Ninja Foodie sent me a picture of myself and her like 2 or 3 years ago at one of those fitness events, and I literally screamed. Like I was like, baby, you still have these pictures. I know that some of you might remember me looking like this some years back. That was me trying to lift. That was me and baby trying to lift these heavy tires. Now, why am I showing you guys before Bunmi comes back? Is that you have to be consistent, like we've been talking about. Consistency is really, is really the difference between those who are successful and those who are not. Because the truth is, you can't start something now and then expect result tomorrow. And if you don't see it, you now fall off the wagon. And that's why when we started this series of classes, I talked about how, okay, she's back. I talked about how we have to make sure that whatever it is that we're chasing after is determined by us, not by what somebody else's life is about. Bunmi, I'm trying to add you, okay? Just hold on a second. Okay, so when we started this series, I talked about how, you know, you can't sit back and look at somebody else's life and say you want what they have without understanding that, yeah. So I just wanted to say something before you continue. So I just showed a picture. When me fit and that food, he sent me a picture from 3 years ago, Bunmi, when we used to go to those fitness events, and me and her were literally trying to lift a very massive, like heavyweight tire off the floor. That's me there. This was 3 years ago. And
Wow.
she said to me, Toyosi, you're just aging backwards. And it just reminded me of how, you know, I've always had it in my head that, Toyosi, there's no going back. This is the life or nothing, because I've seen the effect of it. And I say to people, you can have all of these things as far as you're the one who is holding the pen and determining what your all is. Because the all to Bunmi is different from the all to me. All is relative. So that, and that's one of the reasons why people are not consistent. Because you see, Bunmi, if you think back 3 years ago, I still said it to someone, I said 3 years ago, there were so many of us on this fit farm journey. So many of us, you know, the Trapper family, different ones. Every weekend we're meeting up, you know, we're running the bridge, we were doing this. I don't know if Fat Tire is here today. We were always running through Lere Bridge. We were doing all kinds of things. And I'm looking at it and like, you know, so many people are falling off the wagon. And I'm sure it's not because they want to, but because, you know, this consistency thing has to come from a place of your why. It has to come from a place of your why. Let it not be that because everybody is doing this now, I'm also doing it. Your energy to do, your ability to do is going to wane over time. So it's your why that is going to continue to hold you there.
Because
and
life happens. Life happens.
Exactly. And I've seen in my own life that's the reason why I am still here, still this person who is still crazy about, you know, staying fit and all of this, because I'm like, I didn't start because of anyone. It was just something that I knew that I needed to do to take my life to the next level. And years after, I am still here. And it's so amazing. Right? So Bunmi, please continue.
Yes. So just to say, well, consistency is really, really key. Like for me, we find a lot of people who go hard fast. So they're going for 2 months and then they fall off the wagon. I'm not that sort of person. I believe in incremental progress. So this week I'm going to do 2. Next week I'm going to do 3. I'm going to stay at 4 for like 3 months, and then I'm just going to keep that way.
Building it up.
Exactly, right? So I believe in organic growth.
Right? That's it.
Organic growth in every area of my life. Now, so back to what I was saying that the thing about it is that a lot of women don't listen to their bodies. Your body is always speaking. When your body is talking to you, are you listening? So last week, for instance, I always say that for a woman's body, I may be wrong, but this is my own theory. For a woman's body, the price of getting older is that you're going to gain weight. Not a lot of weight. However, if you eat the same way that you ate when you're 25 and when you're 40, you're not going to look the same. I have lots of clients who come up to me, who come and say, you know what, I don't know what's going on. I can't just shake off this belly fat, right? These are things that happen to you as you get older. And so as you get older, you have to make sure that you're adjusting your eating and your fitness to suit that particular season of your life. So when you're getting into your 40s, you have to start lifting weights. If you didn't used to lift weight before, if you're just doing cardio, when you get into your 40s, you have to increase training, right? And so you always have to be on top of your game in terms of your body. For instance, me, 2 weeks ago, I was just bloated. See, listen, I looked like I was 5 months. I'm not kidding. I looked like I was 5 months pregnant. And I said to myself, Bunmi, you're eating something that has inflamed your gut. Something has inflamed you, and you need to find out what that is. And then for like a whole week, I just couldn't find. I know that for instance, like I said, from 27 to 29, I knew that there was a shift in my body, right? So after I had my second child, there are things I couldn't eat. I couldn't eat dairy. anymore, any sort of dairy. And for me, I love dairy. Catch me with cheese, yogurt, ice cream, milk, all types of cereal. I'm your girl. Pastas with like butter and creamy pastas and all that stuff, right? And so for me, I found that every time I ate that, I was just bloating. I would just bloat and I'll be constipated for.
I'm here. I can hear
Okay.
you clearly.
Okay, your thing was just rolling. So I found that I couldn't eat like I couldn't eat. See what I was saying about this phone. Two people have called me in the past 5 minutes that I've been here. Just now.
Please, they should stop calling you.
So I can't eat starchy foods 3 days in a row. For instance, if I eat rice today, eat rice tomorrow, eat bread on Wednesday, I'm screwed. I'm in trouble. Right? So your body is always speaking. Are you listening to what your body is telling you? There's some people who, they used to diet a certain way. Oh, they just even though it's a bad way, they just starve for like 1 week and then they just lose all the weight. And they find out that they're 35 and they can't do that anymore.
It's not working anymore.
It's not working anymore. So I'll say that age plays a big role in how much weight you're able to lose, right? So I always tell people that when it doesn't work for me, this do not disturb thing will still be coming up. That when
even my own phone too, it doesn't work. They will just be ringing.
So when you're getting older, you have to really, really be ninja on your body. You can't just like my clients from like 39. I'm on their ass because I'm like, the things that these other girls are doing that 25, they're like, this person lost 6 kg in 1 week. Why not me?
Sorry.
It doesn't work that anymore, right? But you have to just embrace what your body is right now and just flow with it, right? It's the body that you've been given by God, and just flow with it. We will all get there. Even me, that probably will do things now, lose weight. When I get to 40, probably not going to work that way anymore. Yeah.
Oh, great. Thank you so much, Bunmi, for throwing that, that light. Because I think personally it has happened to me. Things that I could get away with from like, early 30s, I cannot try it again. I can't try it. So I just respect myself that, okay, this is what it is right now. We make this adjustment and then we move. So the next question I'm going to ask you, Bunmi, is this. So many people, I don't want to use the word that they are indisciplined. It is in your place to decide that. But the truth is this. A lot of people believe that they can, they can exercise, they can work out a bad diet. So you be like, no, anything I want, I'll eat. Maybe I'll go to the gym. I'll cook work out. Please, Bunmi, can you please tell us, just break the table, break it. Because I realize that because me, I'm not a fitness professional, saying it to anybody, they get very defensive, like, oh, Toyosi, no, our bodies are different. I'm like, no, it's not about the body, right? So, but you are here today, please tell us, can you just break it down? Bad food and I will work out, does it bring the same result as eat properly and then properly exercise? Somebody is covering her face because I think she's on the table. Please fall down for me. Fall down from this table.
I'm going to apologize in advance, right? So if I offend you, I'm sorry, guys. However, this is something that is very, very dear to my heart because I find a lot of people, the first thing they say is that, well, my grandfather ate like that. My great-grandfather ate like that. Or something was kill African man. Those are one of the most ignorant things that people say. At the end of the day, remember, in Nigeria, we have only one type of gas fuel, right? We do abroad. You have premium. You have the one that is the cheapest one. You have 3 grades. Right? You know the whatever. There's the first one that's the cheap one. There's the medium one. Then there's the luxury one. Right?
Yeah.
You cannot put the cheapest fuel into a luxury car where you're supposed to put the luxury fuel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't. It's the same thing with your body. Why do you keep telling your body that you can take crap? Why? There's a saying that says that eating right is a form of self-respect, and it's true. It's
absolutely.
So you cannot exercise a bad diet, right? So let's even forget about weight loss. Let's forget about you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to whatever. For a fit and optimal, healthy lifestyle, there are particular things that you should not be eating. And I don't care whether you run 3 hours every day.
Exactly.
Right? So you need to think about it. This thing I'm putting in my body, is it a drug? Or like, is it helping me to fight a disease? Or is it helping me to fuel a disease? If something should happen to me right now with what I put in my body, can
How
my
does
body
it
fight?
help?
Can my body fight it? Is it building my immunity? I have a mantra for myself. I tell myself that I do not eat anything that does not come from the ground. So anything that does not come from the ground, you can't catch me eating it.
I also have a mantra about that. My own is food is for nourishing the body. If it is not going to nourish my body, I am not eating it.
See, I need us to understand something. Food, we have connected food with our emotions.
To enjoyment, yes.
I feel like eating this. I feel like typical. Let's just say Sunday after church, you guys go out. I feel like having this. Food is fuel. Your body is like a machine. What you put into the machine is very, very important. It
determines the output.
It determines the output. So you can't start saying, I feel like this. Your body is a machine, and the food that you put into it is data. Do you know that food is like data? Because your body is a machine. So when the food goes into your body is processing it. And it's saying, okay, what is this? I was telling my neighbor today.
Morenike, don't do it. Sunday rituals.
I was telling my neighbor today that there are some things that we eat, and that when it gets into our body is just like
oh my goodness.
That's the truth. Your body is like, what the hell is she eating? And
honestly, that's how I felt yesterday, Bunmi, when I had a piece of the cake they bought for me. And I've actually stayed away from, anything simple carb for the past 2 weeks. I'm not joking. I had to call my friend and say, my body is doing me like madness from this nonsense cake that I ate. I'm telling you, I couldn't eat anything again. I couldn't eat anything. I just kept drinking water. Like, this thing I will flush out of my system. So I agree with you. Like, when your body is literally screaming and shouting at you.
Screaming, like, what are you doing? What the heck is this? Do you understand? You can't process it properly. And imagine you keep doing this year after year for 40 years.
Hey!
And the thing about our generation is that, or even our parents, we see it for our parents' generation, we should not fall into that same trap. They wait until something bad
happens. We are very
happens to them. They will start running.
We are more reactive than proactive.
Exactly. Our parents' generation was very, very, and we should not be like that. You start seeing that they are spending so much money going to China, going to India, going to Dubai, going to America, going to all sorts of places to just
when
find
they could have prevented this.
Exactly. So why do we have to wait until there's an issue for us to be really, really intentional about what we're eating? Right? It's very, very important. Like I always say all the time, I say 100 years ago, right? Look at the spread of cancer right now. If you ask me, I'll say it's from what we're eating. It's from what we're eating. It's from the different things that are being fed to us. And the thing about it now is that we will pass on those bad eating habits
to our children. Yes.
There are many, many things that we should not be eating, and now we are giving them to our children. Now we're beginning to train them that it is okay. You can eat this, and your children watch you with you eat with reckless abandon. You wake up at 2 a.m. I'm sorry, I'm going to offend you. You wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning, you go and boil rice. Do you understand? Your children maybe your children are sleeping at that point. But the truth about it is that it's something that you're going to continue doing for the rest of your life. Very, 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 very indisciplined in many different areas in terms of food and exercise. Which is why there are many, many, many children who are now dealing with obesity. We have an obesity problem in Nigeria. And I've been talking about this for so long. We have an obesity problem in Nigeria. And it's because the parents are to blame. You see, you are giving your children the worst things to eat. You're buying your children. I don't even want to start calling brand names.
For me, Funta says, who boil rice at 2 a.m.? Funta, you'll be surprised.
Forget. People turn about.
At 4 a.m. You'll be shocked.
I know them. Right? So people do it. Hunger is something else. If you're hungry, they're going to eat. Right? And so you buy your children just stuff that they should never be eating. Right? You see that thing that they sell on the road that is unprocessed, flour with one thing that they call they say it's sausage inside. Let me just call the name. I'm not going to call the name. But why are you giving that to your child? If you make it in your house by yourself,
it's a different thing. You can control everything that goes inside it.
Seriously, and you leave it. You in fact leave that sausage roll for in fact 2 days. What happens to it? Meanwhile, they'll be selling this thing. They'll be hawking it, selling it for days and weeks and months, maybe years. And then you yourself, you're eating it, and you're just like your body is just screaming. So it's very, very important what we put into our bodies. It's not about, oh, I exercise, so therefore I can eat whatever I want. You can't. And I'm telling you that you can't. It will still catch up with you. So you may look good on the outside, you may be skinny, and skinny is not even the goal, to be very honest.
Exactly. Skinny is not the goal. Skinny doesn't mean that you are fit. It doesn't mean that you are fit.
Doesn't mean that you're healthy. And so I apologize to you in advance, right? But I hope that this it's just like the gospel. Say the gospel will offend you before it will help you. So I'm offending you right now, but don't worry, I want to help you.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Bunmi. Like Gazmadu said, this table is no longer in existence. Like it has been shattered finally. It's fine. Thank you so much, Bunmi. So my next question is, I think I had a lot of people ask me this, and they said, how can a woman monitor her preferred weight? So I want you to first of all say, what exactly is preferred weight for a woman, and then how can they monitor it? I know you mentioned a few pointers there, but people still want you to actually say this is what you should do.
Okay, so it's a great question as well. It's the reasons why I'm still where I am today, right? How have I maintained? It's like asking me, Bunmi, how have you maintained your weight for the past 10 years? I have maintained my weight for 10 years, even though I have had 2 children in between.
Good.
Right? So the thing about it is that your preferred weight, you set it. Like Toyosi said, you have the pen. For me, it is never my goal to be a size 8. Never. It was never my desire. It's never what I want, right? I am a 10-12 woman. That's who I am. I love my curves. I got them boobs. I have the butts. I have the thighs. They say thick thighs save lives.
Yeah, girl. Yeah.
These thighs are going nowhere, right? And so for you have to determine what your own preferred size is, not by what society has put. So right now, it's nice. Everybody's thick, tiny waist. That's what they want, right? You decide. This is what I want. I want to be a size 6. That's great for you, right? You want to be a size 14. You know what? If I'm a size 14, I'll be happy. I'll feel at rest. Some people may say, you know what? I like being a size 16.
But I just want to be stronger.
I want to
more
be stronger.
toned.
Because there's some people that are size 16 and they are fit as hell.
Very fit. Yes,
Very
I agree with you. I agree.
The other day we did a running competition in my estate. I came first. I'm probably maybe like the 3rd biggest in the people that ran, and I came first. So whether you are slim, it's not about being skinny, right? I got everybody. So the thing about it is you decide what your preferred size is and then eat accordingly. So for me, I do the 80-20 rule. I believe in the 80-20 rule. What's that? The 80-20 rule means that I eat clean 80% of the time, and 20% of the time I have to indulge.
You're a human being now.
Right? So you see that cake that Toyosi had? Me, I will not feel bad, sha.
The sugar but the sugar dealt with me, Bunmi. Like I couldn't sleep.
I can imagine.
No.
Because you probably not had it for a long time.
Yes.
Right? And so it also depends on the type of cake that it was as well.
It's
right?
one toffee, chocolate loaded cake. Bad.
I can imagine. Very rich. So for me, 80% of the time, I'm eating well. So for me, I see that what works best for me is intermittent fasting. I have tried many things in my life. What works for me is intermittent fasting.
High five, girl.
Right? Intermittent fasting works for me. What does that mean? It means that there are certain hours that I fast and there are certain hours that I feast. Ask me, every time I go on vacation, I come back, I don't gain weight. People look at me and say, what did you do? I just do my intermittent fasting is what I do, right? And also, even when you're doing intermittent fasting, for me, there's a way that I break. There's a way that I feast. There's a way that I fast. right? But that's where shoulder gang comes in. So you can
Yes,
give me a
girl.
call. You can give me
Yes.
a
Yeah.
holla,
Mm-hmm.
right? So intermittent fasting works for me. So you can find that there's some people who they say, you know what, man, Bunmi, I gotta eat as soon as I wake up.
Cup.
Right, and that's also all right, right? So you can do, you know what, I'm going to have 3 square meals, but I'm going to plan it. So this is where meal prep comes into play. For some people, you have to meal prep. The only way you can maintain your weight is to meal prep. What does that mean? Get a day that you're less busy. So for some people, it might be a Sunday after church. You decide, you know what, this week, again, is about intentionality. You cannot be lazy about it.
True.
You decide, you know what, this week I'm going to eat beans and bolly. I'm going to eat fish and some vegetables and maybe sweet potato. In the morning, I'm going to have protein pancakes. And for snack, I'm going to have an egg every single day of the week with a yogurt. What you do that Sunday is that you meal prep every single thing that's going to go in your mouth.
For the week.
There was a time I did that. When I was on my weight loss journey, when I was losing weight, that was what I did. I was a meal prep junkie.
Yeah.
Because if you don't meal prep, for some people, they'll end up eating
For most
what they
people,
shouldn't be eating.
most people, you eat rubbish. Anything you see, you throw it in your mouth.
You just see, you know, and then after that, what comes with that?
Guilt.
Shame and guilt.
Guilt, yeah.
Right? So so that's very, very important. So for me, I also very, very, very much understand that I love my treats. So even though I do intermittent fasting, I call myself a flexible dieter. What does that mean? It means that I'm flexible with how I diet. So if I feel like today I want to have this, and the other, like, let me give you a perfect example. I was on vacation with my husband and we were at the mall, and I had breakfast. He had breakfast as well. But we were doing some walking around, buying some stuff for our house. And then he was like, he wants to eat Indian food. And I'm like, well, you know what? I really like eating Indian food. However, I'm craving some popcorn right now. I want some salted caramel popcorn. And if I eat that Indian food, I know that I will still eat that popcorn. So what did I do? I said, you know what? You go ahead and eat your
Indian food.
Your Indian food. I'm going to buy a little pack of my
popcorn.
Of my popcorn. And I ate it. No guilt. I went home and I had the food that my mom had prepared for me. She prepared for me a nice chicken salad. I had that with some rice and I was great. What happened that day? I was able to stay within what I was supposed to be eating for the day, but also be flexible that I didn't eat what my husband wanted to eat, plus now go and buy the popcorn again and say, well, what happened? I'm on vacation. However, I know that for me, one of the things I don't like to do is actually gain weight on vacation. It's just not, everybody's different, right? Your preference. For me, it's not something that I love to do. I don't just eat anyhow when I'm on vacation. And so that was what I did. So again, I'm a flexible dieter. So you find me on Sundays, I would have a very nice pound cake. I love cakes. You can steal me with cake. Trust me. Cake and moi moi. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I'll have a nice cake. I'll have some ice cream on it. Now, you remember I told you guys that I bloat. So I don't have it every Sunday. I'll have it maybe once in maybe like 6 or 7 weeks or whatever. Right? And so that's basically just how I use. So you know what your own stuff is that kind of holds you, that you know that you have to have. So make sure that you have allowance for that in your week, just so that you don't end up just binging when you get a chance. So that's how I've been able to continue to
monitor it
down, because I do my intermittent fasting. I'm also very, very flexible. Also, I do not play with my fitness routine. Anybody that knows me knows that I work out 5 times a week. I don't joke with it. Whether it's in the morning, whether it's whatever time I have to do it, I do it. For instance, now I wake up every morning at 7 o'clock and I go and do my workout at 7:30. I work out from 7:30 to 9:30. If it's not too hot, I take a walk. But this is me. For you, it will look probably completely different. If you are just starting your fitness journey, you maybe say, you know what, I only want to do 30 minutes every single day, but make sure you're consistent. It's not about how fast you start or how much you do when you start. It's about the consistency. So for me, the reason why I've been able to keep my weight off, I tell my clients all the time, I tell my people on my shoulder gang page all the time, I'm like, I'm not different from you. I don't have one special power that helps me lose weight. I have one special power that I just wake up in the morning and I want to work out. No, I also want to sleep in.
Yeah.
I
struggle.
Want to have that bar of chocolate.
I struggle.
I also want to have the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Today, I went to go and buy diesel for my gen, and I was in, and the petrol station had a KFC. And I was just like, I haven't had KFC in a very long. I can't remember the last time I had KFC. However, I was smelling the chicken. I was like, oh my god, it smells so good. This smells so good. Why buy? Why not buy? Why buy? Why not buy? And I just told myself, do you really need that right now? No, you don't. All right, girl, put the keg in the car, go home.
Oh yeah, right? face your front.
Exactly. It's just that discipline. I knew that I was coming home to go and eat. Another thing I found that also because you probably be tempted if you don't eat. I didn't eat before I left the house this morning. So
that's a no-no for me.
Yeah, in fact, that when you're not hungry, you hardly crave things.
True.
It's when you're hungry that you're not like, let me just have the jaw. Now something will keep pressing, or we live to fight another day. That's what my people like to say. Whoa, Coach Shredder, we live to fight another day, right? So it really just depends on what your own preference is, and making sure that you eat and you work out accordingly. For you, it might not be 5 times a week. It might be 3 times. You might work out, you know what, I want to work out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And you keep that up for the whole of your life. My mother is 70 years old. She turned 70 in December. My mother works out 6 days a week. My mother has done this since I've known her.
Somebody asked a question. She said, can somebody be size 10, 12 till age 50? Okay, so I just want to break this to you. My mother-in-law posted a picture before on my Instagram page. Grandma Maggie is over 60, and I'm telling you guys for free, she still swings a kettlebell till tomorrow. If you look on my Instagram, you'll find a picture. She's size 8, and she has the muscle. Like, till tomorrow, she's like my goals. So you can be, and she's over 60. You can be whatever age you want to be. I mean, whatever size you want to be at whatever age. It just depends on the lifestyle, how you've been living your life, and how, you have controlled what you're eating. Or, it's just how you live, really.
Exactly. Like
it's just how you live.
My mom is 70. However, every time we go to Canada, and obviously we drop the kids with her, we go on, because summertime is like, grandparents, here's your grandchildren.
Exactly. You guys wanted children. Take.
I get them the entire year. Summertime is my time, right? So my husband says all the time, you see her running after them. She's doing stuff. She's giving them their bath. She's playing with them. She's running with them outside. She's taking them to the park. And he's like, a lot of women in Nigeria who are 70 are not like this.
No, of course.
Right? But it's because of the culture that she has lived all her life. So I remember when we were even living in Nigeria, my mom had this cassette, Jane Fonda. I don't know if you people know Jane Fonda. There's this song, Can You Feel It? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Jog. She work out with a cassette.
That song. Wow.
Audio. I will hear her in the morning around 5 a.m. In fact, she woke up at 5 a.m. in the morning. She would go to the living room. She'll get her cassette player. This is like 1997, 1998. And she would work out to an audio workout routine. Audio, right? And she's now, I remember 2 years ago or so, we were asking her what she wanted for her birthday. She's like, man, you guys just buy me. There's this new bike that helps with back one thing. And the thing was, like, she was like, well, I should have bought it on her own, but that she wants us to buy it for, it's a little bit expensive. And I think we bought it for like maybe $1,200 or something like that. And it was really, and it's what she uses today. Someone was asking me, what does my mommy do for exercise? So my mommy cycles. She cycles every single day, and she has weights that she does, and she does floor exercises 6 times a week. So the only day that she has off, I believe, is Saturday, which is the day that she does like her shopping, her grocery shopping and stuff. And even on Sunday, she wakes up early in the morning and she walks like when she goes to church. So you can be 70. If you see my mom is petite, and she has been petite for a very long time. She's like, my mother is like a size 10. My mother is smaller than me.
Wow. Okay, Bunmi. So this is going to go off now. Guys, I'm going to turn this off now, and then we'll come back right immediately. When we come back, Bunmi, there's a question here that I really want you to attend to. Somebody says that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. How can one do intermittent fast? So that's,
that's why I like that she put they say. Who are the day?
Exactly.
Who are the day, right? So what breakfast means is break fast. When you're sleeping, it is a fasting period.
Fasting
so
state,
whenever you break your fast, is your break fast. I hope that makes sense, right? So your breakfast is not yam and egg, bread and bread and butter and tea
True.
and ogi and pap and
Mm-hmm.
akara, right? Whenever you break your fast is your breakfast, right? So your first meal of the day is what you call your break fast. You're breaking the fast that you've had overnight.
Over the
You
night.
had your last meal at 8:30 or 8:45, and you go to bed at 11, and you sleep from 11 all the way to 5 a.m. and you wake up and you go to work, and you decide to have your first meal at 10:30 in the morning. That's when you have your break. Or you have, in fact, you decide to have your meal at 1 o'clock. You're so busy. You had your first meal at 1 o'clock. That's your break fast.
Fast.
So I hope that is very, very
It's clear.
is clear to you. So yes, your breakfast is very, very important. How you break your fast is very important. Like I said before, for me, your breakfast should be a complex carb. So what does that mean? By me having a complex carb breakfast. So for me, I'll give you one tip. I would say I would have oatmeal and some banana with some almond milk, right? Or you can have sweet potato and some eggs. That's a great meal to break your fast with, because it will keep you fuller for longer. Because if you go for like a cereal, like a
All those ones are
sugary
simple.
cereal,
Yeah, the energy just dissipates really
exactly.
quickly.
So they just
Useless.
so it's just really, and it has you craving more stuff and more unhealthy stuff
Mm-hmm.
right?
Exactly.
So it's also always great to get a complex carb into your system in the morning.
Exactly.
Um, yeah. So somebody else
Okay.
asked about big bones, and at the end of the day, I really don't know where this theory came
Came
from,
from. True.
right? I think it's people just have an excuse for, because
To
many people
just to
told me when
just
I was
misbehave.
overweight. Many people told me she's just big boned, because of course I have broad shoulders. I'm a big woman. If I come into a place, you have to see me. I
Yes, now.
have, like,
Yes.
I'm tall. I have broad shoulders.
And you're
you
beautiful.
understand?
Please, don't forget to add that.
Thank you, and I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful. And so obviously I could have hid behind the, oh, I'm big boned for the rest of my life, right? But that's not true, because right now I went from weighing 130 kilograms, somewhere that was big boned, to 75 kilograms, right? So how do we marry that? So just food for thought.
So it's just an opportunity for people to just hide under that misbehavior and
Yeah,
just be reckless. Really, it really doesn't. It doesn't. I've never ever believed in it. I've always been an advocate of, whatever it is that is making you big bone, you can actually reduce it. So
exactly.
please
It's the same
get
thing.
to
Say like
work.
the same way I feel about when people say baby fat. What's that?
What's that?
What's that?
Please,
I
what's it? And
understand.
can you imagine? We said it at the same time.
Yeah.
We
What's
said
that?
what's that at the same time.
Because people say it all the time. Oh, don't worry, she lose weight. It's just baby fat. People told my mom that. Oh, don't worry. And I kept piling on the weight, piling on, telling my own self that it's baby fat. Right? But what does baby fat mean?
Misbehavior.
It is a way to encourage obesity from a very, very young age. We have to really start to train our children. Like I said, I'm going back to this children thing because it's very important. We have to start to train our children from a young age how to be disciplined with food. Not every time, give me more, give me more, give me more. It's fine, you've had enough. And I'm sure that you're full, right? So, and the thing about parents too is that it's not our fault. We love our children so much, so we see them through the eyes of love. That's exactly what my mother told me. She never saw me as 130 kg. She never saw it. When people were saying, she was saying, why are people disturbing me now? This girl, she's a young girl. She's all right. She will lose the weight. So looking back, she was like, remember she said, I didn't ever think that you were this big. And I said, how? How did you not see it? And she was like, you know what? I always looked at you through the eyes of love. Right? Right? But it's the same person that decided to go on a diet with me. That was how my life changed anyways. My mom went on a diet with me. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. So, I just wanted to quickly add something to what you just said, because with children, I'm very, very passionate about, the way that we train our children. And aside from the fact that we parents look at our children from the place of love, I feel like, I don't want anybody to be offended, but I'm just going to say this. I feel like for some parents also, it's just some laziness on our part. Please let me explain. So, one of the things that has helped me to, drop the weight and then, kept it on up until this time is the fact that what my children eat. So I make sure that the things that I will fall for in terms of temptation, I don't buy for my children. You see that indomie you finish cooking and you poured in the plate for your children and you scrape the pot and put in your mouth. That's part of your problem, right? I used to do it. I know a lot of moms right now. My friend even still told me today that, Toyosi, because I'm cooking for the children all the time, I'm also putting in my mouth. It's something that we need to pay attention to. Then we end up buying these things, buy biscuit, buy this and put in the house, so that when they start to stress you, when they start to ask you, you just, oh yeah, take, let me have peace. I think it's just laziness on our part, and it's going to bite all of us. It's going to bite all of us. You give them biscuit, you give them this. The moment they want biscuit or they want something, they will come and drag you. And because you don't want to deal with the processing of why is this child craving this thing? Why does this child want this thing? You just go into the kitchen and hand them biscuit. As you hand them one, you put one in your pocket, you go into your workspace, you go and eat it. This is something that I have done before. And that's why I'm able to tell you exactly and I've seen so many parents fall into this trap. The things that you will fall victim of, don't put it in your house for your children.
And the truth about it, I'll add, is that you also answer to God.
Exactly.
You answer
exactly. To God. Woman, yes, fall down from this table. Don't put it in your house for your children. You want to give them quick stuff so that you can have peace. You're not going to have peace later because the problem is still going to come back. So that peace you were trying to get before, whatever problem you create in their life with this bad food, it will come back to you and come and snatch the peace. So, let's just, put that side. I have to just chip that in because you came from the children angle. And I know that these children, what they see you do, they will tell you, mommy, boy, you ate this. Mommy, boy, you did this. Mommy, boy, you did that. So we need to kind of like, put some of that leash on ourselves too. We need to put that leash on ourselves. When you give your children something, know enough that, okay, because of their own age, like Bunmi has said, they can get away with some things, right? She talked about how dairy now is no longer our friend. But the kids need dairy to grow. So don't finish their food and then throw it in your mouth. Don't make formula for your child and put some needle in your mouth. People do it. People do it. Somebody said we need a peace. Sorry, I understand. But I mean, it's true. Because when you continue to give them this snack, they get used to it. And then before you know it, they start to live on it.
Exactly.
They start to live on it.
It's a very, very important topic because I know that we have a lot of mothers here. It's very important. I want us to even come from a spiritual angle. I'm sorry. Because at the end of your life, when you stand before God and you have to give an account, trust me, you're going to give an account on how you led your children.
That God gave to you
physically, spiritually, how you led them emotionally. So what you give them to eat is very, very important. If you're in tune with the Holy Spirit, you find some people, you hear that the Holy Spirit will tell you. There are many people that the Holy Spirit have told, stop giving your children this. There's somebody who sent me a message the other day and said, I was cooking something. She was like, Bunmi, just give us this thing. Because I said I was writing something. She was like, Bunmi, just give it to us. That the Holy Spirit had warned her and told her that I don't like the way you're feeding your children. About 3 days later, another person sent me a message and said that the Holy Spirit warned her and said, I do not like how you're feeding your children. And I was wowed. I was really, really wowed. So it's really something for us to really think about that. We have bad habits. But now that we have children, it's the same thing. We're trying to make sure that our children, they do better. School. They have to do this. You try to put them in this school for this and for that. But the truth about it is that these are things that are very, very important. And you are accountable for their life. Right? So always know that when you're doing all these things, and the truth about it is intentionality. Go and there are so many free resources out there. So many. So we have no excuse. But the truth about it is, Toyosi is right. It's about laziness. Every month I draw up a list for my household.
For the grocery.
And the truth about it is that I was not always like this. I was not always like this. However, I found that I had to become like this because at the end of the day, I am the mother of the house. Right? I am the one who is in charge of feeding my children healthy meals. And my husband. Some people, they have partners who are probably eating healthy before they met them. All of a sudden, you meet your husband, you start giving him 10 pieces of meat because why? He's the Oba of the house. Not knowing that you are
damaging the man.
Do you understand? So it's our responsibility to make sure that that is put into consideration, and we're really hitting hard on this child obesity thing because it is a real problem.
It's a real problem.
Next 5 to 10 years, we're going to have a serious problem in Nigeria.
With children, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And one thing in my house that I also do is this, Bunmi. So, we have a rule in the house. The processed meat or anything like that just happens only once a week. Now, it's such that when Asha says, oh, mommy, we want burger, Adam will come, no, we've had processed meat this week. It's not happening again. Because I'm saying it, I'm doing it, they see it. Adam will ask, mommy, you hardly eat. You only eat once a day. Some days you don't even eat at all. You just drink this smoothie. Why? I said, because my body is no longer like yours. Such that they cannot explain for me. It is whatever they see you do that they're going to continue. It's whatever they see you do. And this is our life responsibility that God has given to us, and we need to deliver this job properly. We have to.
So, before you
go on.
I wanted to speak on something that you said that is very important, that I feel like we also talked about it. However, I just wanted to buttress it. You talked about, how your body is changing, and we spoke about that before. I want to give a practical example of myself. I spoke about dairy, but I didn't speak about beef and chicken. For me, I've also found that in the past 6 months, my body has not been tolerating
meat
chicken
properly
and beef properly. So I've been mostly pescatarian.
Eating fish.
Right? So you need to also look at those sorts of things, also for your family. Are we giving them just meat all the time? Try to diversify what we're giving to them. So we can move to the next question.
All right. So the next question is, I know you've mentioned it a little bit when you did your introduction, but I would like you to just go into it a little more. It says that how does lack of confidence in your body affect wholesomeness? Okay.
I love that question, because that question, I would have to go spiritual on it.
Go ahead, Bunmi.
And because I spoke in the beginning, I said that I had lost about 30 kg. However, I was still jacked up. So I don't care the diet you go on to lose whatever amount of weight you want to lose. If you don't feel
self-love,
I don't even want to use self-love. If you don't feel, I don't even know the word to use. If you don't know who you are, in terms of your identity, if you don't know who you are, in terms of your identity, you would always have self-confidence, and you always lack self-confidence. Because your self-confidence not come from how you look. Right? We're going to go to the Bible. The Bible says that, and that it is not about the adorning of the hair, or it is from a meek and a gentle spirit.
True.
So your confidence comes from your relationship with God. So if you find that you lack self-confidence, go back to God. The answer is in the secret place. It does not come from whatever workout routine you're doing, from whatever weight loss plan that you're on. As much as all of that is good, this is my job. The first thing that you need to do is you need to get a cleanup on the inside, right? So a lot of women, they major on the minor. The minor is the outside. The major is on the inside. However, there's some women who they are size 16, they are size 18. Confidence. You can't tell them nothing.
Nothing.
Why? They know who is their
and
guy.
whose they are.
So at the end of the day, you can wear all the designer clothes in the world. You can go, and that's why some people go and do surgery. And I have nothing against it. If you find that you want to do it, that's great for you. They do the surgery and they still end up,
and they still come back to this place of
this is not what I was looking for. So at the end of the day, it goes back to your identity. Understanding who your father is, understanding why you're placed on this earth. You are more than your body. I preach it all the time.
Exactly. You're more than your appearance. You're more than what you look like.
Yes. So the fact that, Bunmi was a size 22 and now she's a size 10. So whatever. That process was an internal process more than it was an external process. The internal process was now what began to show on the outside. It was because of the work that God was doing on the inside of me that I started to lose weight. So that's why I said in the beginning that I cannot speak about my weight loss journey without talking about
God. Yeah.
It is not, it's impossible. Right? So we have to be cleaned up from the inside out. Right? And so when you find that, when you get that right, you find that
Every other thing else works.
you're not doing it because you want to walk into a room and you want people to notice you. No, you're not doing it because you want men to stare you down and say, you know what, I want to marry you, I want whatever. You're doing it because of a greater purpose. Because
yeah.
you need your body to do the things that God has called you to do in your life.
You need
right?
your temple to be right.
You need it. Your body is a temple, so we need to attack it from that mindset. So when you start to look at the outside and everything about, you know, my body, my this, my that, if you like lose 40 kg, you will still not be happy. So you have to get that, your relationship with God right. When you get that right, you start to see yourself in his grand plan. That's
exactly
where confidence comes from. Your confidence is not in your body, it's not in your clothes, it's not in your job, it's not in the husband that you married,
it's not in
or
your
the car that
family,
you're driving,
it's not in
it's not in
anything
any
that
of
is
that.
on the
Your
outside.
confidence comes from a place of knowing that
Who
you are
you
your
are.
father's daughter.
Mm.
So people ask me all the time, wow, Bunmi, you're so confident. People might think maybe it's because I lost weight. No, I'm confident because I know who my daddy is. So I want us to come from that. It's not about being slay mama, you know, slay mama, whatever. You know, at the end of the day, this body, it will go into the ground.
Eventually.
Yes, it will go into the ground. So I wanted us to talk about the inside first, and we start to talk about the outside, so that we approach that inside, and then we can deal with the outside. And so when I started to deal with the inside, the outside started to change. I was now even more thinking about what I put into my body, because I know that my father is interested in what I put in my mouth.
Exactly.
Let me give you an example. In 2018, November, the Holy Spirit told me, I don't like the way you eat. And this is me, oh. This is me that eats properly. Said, I don't like the way you eat. And I was like, whoa, okay. So what am I supposed to do? He said, I need you to do X, Y, Z. Another person who God spoke to about the way she ate was Omilola Oshikoya. I'm sure a lot of us know her. God told her a couple of months before she got pregnant with her last child that she needed to change certain ways that she ate. We can see that God is intentional about every single aspect of our life. He told her, I need you to change the way that you eat. She then was not encountered with an illness.
Wow.
But not knowing that beforehand, God had prepared her body to be able to fight that illness.
That illness.
Imagine if she didn't listen.
Who
knows where Omilola will be today? Now, also the reason why she was able to carry that pregnancy, the way she carried the pregnancy, was also because of her obedience to listening to what God said about how she was eating.
It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. But somebody said something. She said some women are told to lose weight to get pregnant. What's the effect of being fit on fertility?
A very, very, very important question. So the truth about it is that when you're overweight, sometimes your hormones
are imbalanced.
Right? And so when you find out that, you know, some people maybe they don't even get their ovulation.
The monthly period, yeah.
Some people don't get their period. Some people just, you know, different things happen to them. And so you find that when you now start to eat properly, healthy, and you make a consistent workout routine, everything starts to balance. And so for me, I have and counting, I have 14 Miracle Shredder Gang babies. They are my babies. We did the physical and we did the spiritual. We prayed them into being, but we also worked on the moms. So they come to us and say, you know, they're either doing IVF or something, whatever. They have PCOS or something. And then we work on the program for them. And we find that after they do that, they conceive.
They get pregnant.
So I have 14 Shredder Gang miracle babies.
Wow.
Because of that. Yeah. So it's very, very important for you to do that. Also, you find that women who are overweight, when they get into their pregnancy, they struggle with different things: gestational diabetes, hypoglycemia, high blood pressure. Different things come into play. So it's always great to make sure that you work on your weight before you now
get pregnant.
Because many things can happen at that point.
Okay, great. So Bunmi, my last question that is written down here is this. Now that you've talked about all of these things about, how great fitness is, and we've gone spiritual, and we've gone to every angle, some mothers feel attacked right now. We are sorry, but we're not sorry, right? I want you to tell us, what exactly is it to have a fitness routine, and what can you say is the easiest way for everyone listening to us today to kind of like, incorporate this into their lifestyle? Because the mothers and moms and women who are married, they come up with this excuse of busy, 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 busy. But I know that you've worked with the busiest of people. So can you tell us, what exactly is it that a fitness routine is, and how can they easily just incorporate it, even for somebody who has like as little as 15 minutes, 30 minutes a day, so that they can start to, live this life that we've been talking about since morning, so they can also experience this wholesomeness that we have been talking about.
I would like to start with this, Toyosi. I remember when I first met you, Toyosi, one of the things that tripped me about you was that you're very busy. However, you did not play with your fitness routine. You were up as early as to 5. I'll see you doing Insta story. I'll probably wake up maybe at 7. I'll see Toyosi at posted 3 hours ago on the way to the gym. I say, this one heavy. But why did you do that? Because it was important to you. You are intentional about your fit life. So everybody today needs to make that decision that, you know what, I want to be intentional about my fit life. So some people can give the excuse of, I'm a banker. I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I drive to work. I come back at 9 o'clock. There's no time. There's no time. However, I submit to you that if the doctor tells you that if you don't work out 4 times a week for the rest of your life, you're going to die. Toyosi,
you will find the time.
Out.
Yeah.
They'll find it. Why? Because it's now important for their survival. They have to do it. Right? So I want us to have this same, because at the end of the day, think about that. That may happen to you maybe when in another 10 to 15 years.
So
and
true.
You don't want to be that woman who is handed a doctor's report saying that this and this and this is
exactly
what your life is looking like, right? So even if it's as simple as a 15 minutes workout routine, everything has gone digital now. There's so many
so many things that can help
everywhere that you can use. Go on YouTube, download the Nike app. There's so many apps.
Download the Shoulder Gang app, and there are so many things that you can do on that Shoulder Gang app. This is not a plug for Bunmi, but before I left Lagos, the moment that app launched, I downloaded it. Days that I know that I'm really pressed for time, I will go there, write out 1 or 2 things. I say, okay, let me quickly do this one. This one is going to help. Somebody said Toyosi's regimen is scary. I know, right?
Toyosi is military. Toyosi is military, man. I'm not even on Toyosi's speed. That's the truth. I'm on Toyosi's speed. So you need to find out. For me, what I'll say for you, it is the intentionality in deciding what you are going to do, right? When I had my second baby, I went ninja on my body. What did I do? Every Sunday, first of all, I created my playlist
for workout.
My workout playlist. Why? Because for me, music is very
important. Is key.
Music may not be important for you, right? But if music is important for you, create your playlist. I don't just go and just look for whatever and start getting distracted, right? Now, I also prepared what I was going to wear the night before. I still do it today.
Till tomorrow, Bunmi. I filmed a morning routine video last week, and as I woke up, my workout clothes were right beside the bed. So there's no story. As I get up, I'm changing into it immediately. Nobody's going to and tell me, are you going to? No, it's not a matter of are you going to. It's a matter of how long are you going to be working out for.
Exactly. You jump into it as soon as I wake up. Like for me, the days I'm waking up, I jump into it immediately. Immediately I wake up, I go and brush my teeth, I wear my workout gear, right? Then you decide what are the various things I'm going to do this week. So if I only have 15 minutes, I'm going to decide that, in 15 minutes, I'm going to dance. So the thing about it is that people always have the misconception that it has to be going to the gym. I have to go and get a gym membership. I have to do this. I lost my first 30 kg without a gym membership. In fact, I lost my first 30 kg with one workout outfit. It wasn't even a workout outfit. It was a big shirt and a pair of black tights. And I wore that every single time I was working out, which was almost about 5 to 6 times a week. I will wash and wear, wash and wear, wash and wear. I probably wore that thing for maybe a year and a half or 2 years. Also, maybe one of my brothers was like, auntie, we need to get you some workout gear. So a lot of people can give excuse. I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have this or the other. It is deciding what you're going to do. It's about dancing. Dance. If it's get a skipping rope, decide that, you know what, I'm going to skip 500
every single day.
Every single day before I go to work. I'm going to jog on the spot for 15 minutes. Do some sit-ups, do some burpees before I leave the house in the morning. It is about finding out what works for you and sticking with it. You can do Zumba. In fact, you can put on music. Some people like Nigerian music. They do Zanku, they do Shaku Shaku, they do Shoki, whatever it is that you like. Just get your heart rate going, right? So you can decide to do the regular exercises. You can decide to skip. You can decide to dance, right? You can decide to run. You can decide to jog. But make that time for you. You are very, very, very important. I find that the times when I'm working out is my time. Nobody's disturbing me. Nobody's saying, mommy, mommy, mommy. Even though you might be one of the people who probably you are working out from home and your children might disturb you, it's okay. Get them into the workouts as well.
Exactly. Get them into the
workout. Come on, everybody. We're gonna do 20 minutes of dancing. Little do they know, you are just having fun with them. You are using them for your own objective. It is to get your workout in. So put on some music, dance with the children. There are many times I was going on a walk. I took my children with me. In between on the walk, I'll stop. I'll say, let's do some jumping jacks. I'll do 100 jumping jacks. I'll do squats. I'll do
just in that time.
Yes, and I posted it on Instagram. This is a very easy way to get your family to work out with you as well. It's also great bonding for you and your children and your partner as well. For instance, my husband and I, since this lockdown, we're working out together. My husband my workout body until he started, moving with his job. But this lockdown, we're working out 5 times a week together. Something that we do, we wake up in the morning, we go and work out. In the evening, we take a walk together. It's great. You might not have that luxury of working out with your partner in the morning. However, maybe you can decide that, however, we take a 35 minutes walk every single day.
Good day. It's something.
So it's something.
If you're consistent with
it. Yes. You decide that not only are you losing weight or keeping fit, you're bonding with your partner. You get to talk about different things. And that time, me and my husband will pray. We'll talk about our ambition. We'll talk about things that are on our minds. Talk about our plans for the children. Different things while you are losing the weight.
Walking.
So
yeah.
You're killing like 5 birds with one stone.
And I just want to add something to what Bunmi said. Like we said, it doesn't have to be. So this conversation is still taking me back to what I said before, that a woman can have it all, as far as you're the person determining your all. Now, for all is different. For all of us. So it doesn't have to be the same way as Bunmi and I do it. You could decide that, you know what? Once I leave work at 5 o'clock, there is a gym. When I used to work in the bank, Bunmi, there was a gym near my office in VI. And I knew that because I used to get to work at 5 a.m. in the morning. I told myself that I would not be able to work out in the morning and still get to work early. So immediately we leave work, I will go to the gym, Bunmi, go and spend my time in the gym. So I divided my week. Some days I will go to the gym. The other days I was going to Methodist Boys in Senior Reader and to go and read because I was studying for HCA then. And it still all came back to planning your life. You decide that, okay, I can't do this at home. The kids won't let me. Or can I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and do it before anybody wakes up, so that I can finish up before they can even come and disturb or anything like that? Or after work, I will go to this place. Instead of being stuck in traffic, let me go and work out before I go home. All of these things, come back to how you now sit down and plan your life. Because the truth is, my life is not going to be like your own. The life I had when I was in Nigeria, I had help with my children. I will go to my gym in the morning. My gym people, they know Toyosi is the first person to get here. But when I'm in the UK, the weather is so cold that even leaving the house in the morning became a problem. I was still going, but now I realize that, it's not working for me. Because when I get there, my body is so cold that I can't even work out at my optimal best. So how about work out in the house? I work out in the house before the kids wake up. So you can sit down and plan yourself. Ask yourself, where can I squeeze in this time? It's possible that it's even when, the kids have gone to sleep. It's okay to work out when they've gone to sleep. Just planning for yourself. Know that this time is for me to actually get. When I used to run in Lagos, I would run from Aguda to Stadium every single day. and I will be up at 4:30 before anybody in my house wakes up.
Yes, now I used to see your snaps.
I will be up before they wake up. People that are going to work in the morning, I'm already coming back. Before you know it, before you get to your office, I'm already in front of Desire 1709. And that's planning. Even though I was doing my own job, I had it planned out that, you know what, Toyosi, you have to stick to this routine for you to be able to also, deliver your work optimally at your business. So that your staff don't think that, oh, she doesn't come to work early. When I run on the bridge, I will now stop on top of Stadium Bridge. I will take a picture of Desire 1709 around 5:30 in the morning. I will put it on my phone. And this is not because it was convenient or because, oh, Toyosi is just crazy, I just like to do this. But I know the end goal. So it's about working backwards from that end goal. You look at the vision, see where you want your body to be. Exactly. And then say, how can I put this in my life? Because if it can easily just throw you away. It can throw you off balance. Like, it's that easy for it to throw you away from your goal. So, Bunmi, everything you said today, me to have learned. I've also been writing down because, there are little things that, one would have forgotten, or maybe you never really paid extra attention to it. And we just need to continue to remind ourselves. Like, we need to continue to remind ourselves. None of us, nobody has this thing easy. It didn't fall on you, Bunmi. You work for it. It didn't fall on me. It's still not falling on me. Some days I'm asking myself, Toyosi, how are you able to do this much? But then I come back to everything you have said. I'm intentional. I'm like, you know what, if this one is right, you can cascade, you can replicate this result in this particular part of your life in other areas. And it has consistently given me amazing results. Even with relationship management, Bunmi, when I want to call you, I'm calling because you have to be consistent about these things. You are intentional. Oh, I'm going to call Bunmi today. I'm going to reach out to this person today. You cannot get any of this result or any of this thing that Bunmi has said today without really wanting it, without being intentional about it. And, you have to just die to laziness. You have to, all those things, you have to just, say, you know what, this is going to come. This objection is going to come. But I have to deal with it because I want this more. Someone just downloaded the Shredder Gang app. Very good. Thank you so much.
Everybody download the Shredder Gang app.
You all have to download Shredder Gang app. You guys, if at any point in time you feel stuck and you know what, the truth is this. I am going to share from my own point of view. I'm a fitness enthusiast, but Bunmi, I realize that sometimes when I eat my plate too, or I'm not getting any results, I reach out for help. And it's not because maybe Bunmi wants to sell, but the truth is, in working with a coach or somebody who's a professional, it shortens the time it takes you to get results. Exactly. I always say it.
Exactly.
It shortens the time. It takes away the confusion. It takes away the frustration. And you get results that you can maintain over a period of time. In fact, forever, if you get the right guidance. So if you're stuck at any point in time, please, you guys, and you've heard Bunmi, you can see, I don't need to tell you that Bunmi will give value, or Bunmi does give value. Like, everyone that has been here knows that everybody that I have brought on this platform, I've brought them because these are people that I am also looking up to in one way or another. And I mentioned earlier, looking up to somebody has nothing to do with age. He has nothing to do with money. He has nothing. It's just, somebody has gotten something right, and you just, you admire that, and it's something that you would also, like to, what's the word? You also like to have in your life. So Bunmi is your go-to person. If you ever feel like, you know what, I'm stuck, I need to get out of this place that I am. So Bunmi, thank you so much. You have no idea what you've done today. God bless you. God bless your business. God bless your family. Thank you so much. You guys, you need to go to Shredder Gang, download the app, help me show Bunmi love, help us. Let's go and say thank you to Bunmi on our page. Let's go and, say thank you to Shredder Gang for allowing her come, because she said to me that, oh, sis, I have some stuff. I said, please, just try to help us to adjust it, and please show up for my people. Thank you.
I can't say no to you.
No to me. Thank you so much, Bunmi. God bless you. God bless you. Please give us a parting word if there's anything you want to share with us before you leave.
Thank you so much, Toyosi, for such a great time and an impactful session, for so much value that we've added today. I'm sure that everyone will leave here changed, a better understanding of what they can do now, and maybe more hand holding for them. And for me, there was one question I saw that I wanted to answer, but I won't that. She talked about that I think it was Beauty Cook. She said for a Christian woman, which one is
come first? Quiet time or workout?
at the end of the day, it really depends on you. There's no strict rule. There's some people who their consecration is they are giving God the first 10% of their day.
Of their money.
That's their consecration, right? For me, I can decide to work out first. I can decide to do my quiet time first. But it really depends on you and your relationship with God and what your own timing is. Nobody says that you must do quiet time in the morning. Nobody says that you must do it. It is whatever time
you choose for it. Exactly.
This is me and you. This is me and God's dates that we're going to have. So it really just depends on your relationship with God. So my parting words is that let's continually be intentional about every aspect of our life.
Nice.
Not only our faith life, our spiritual life, our emotional life, our financial life. As women, we tend to, basically
lose God.
Think about just only maybe our husband and our children.
We tend to lose God. We tend to lose God. Use that word.
We lose
yourself.
All of that,
exactly.
Right? But it's about intentionality. For me, one of my key things this year was personal development, and it really personal development for me is I know that I'm going to give an account to God for my life, and I know that with the talents that He has given me, the investment that He has put in me, I must give a return.
How are you exactly? How are you developing it?
God is a wise investor. He doesn't just invest in anybody for anything. So, and every single person has an investment on
that God has dropped on them.
Some have been giving 1, some have been giving 2, some have been giving 5, some have been giving 4, some have been giving 100.
The
But
talents.
100, I'll be giving 1 does not mean that the person who has the 100 is better than you.
Better than you.
But the issue is
how
giving a return on the investment that was given to you. So those are my parting words, is that make sure that your life is telling a story back to your community and back to God. It may not be on a worldwide stage for everybody to see you. The fact that I have a stage does not mean that you must have a stage. In fact, me, I never even wanted a stage. Ask my friends. I was never looking for a stage. But God gave me that stage and I must use it. So whatever platform you be put on, maybe it's to your neighbors, maybe it's to your office, maybe it's to different places, make sure that you give a return on the investment that God has given you. Develop yourself the most way that you can. For me, I'm taking, like Toyosi said, I'm taking courses, I'm doing stuff. This whole lockdown period, I rested. There was a time when in fact, I told Toyosi, nobody called me in a crisis. Nobody text me, nobody called me. I'm just in a phase, I slept, I woke up, and I was like, it's time to make this stuff happen, right? So make sure that you're giving your best in every single thing that you're doing, that you're intentional with your life. Let's stop this half life, this self-sabotage that we're doing. Just, anyhow, I just wake up, I just do.
You can't, for me, I always say this. You cannot wing it and get the results.
No, you can't wing it. In fact, even now more than ever, you cannot wing it.
Exactly.
People that they're going is now it's going to be like sifting the wheat.
The shaft, yes.
The shaft,
yes.
Right? You can't wing it anymore. You have to be intentional about every single thing. Even me, that I even think that I'm even good at the things that I am doing. I have paid a coach. I am doing stuff. I'm making sure that I'm making changes in my life, because at the end of the day, I must give an account on my life. When I stand before God, God is going to tell me, Bunmi, I gave you this XYZ. What did you do with it? I don't want to come and I don't know. I tried, Sha. He's not going to take that. So that's my parting words. Let's just make sure that we're living for the audience of one and not for society.
Thank you so much, Bunmi. Thank you so much. This is the second time in 2 weeks, or maybe in a week and a half, that I'm hearing the word, not all of us will have a stage. We can make our difference in a little way, even if the world doesn't applaud us. You are acting for an audience of one, and it is just between you and God. And I have come to a place of rest, understanding that whatever it is that you do it for God. You do it because of your relationship and your conversations with God. It has nothing to do with if anybody doesn't applaud you, I'm doing better than this person. No, you don't need that. Like she said, you don't necessarily need a stage to make a difference. It could be to your neighbor, your colleagues at work, people around you. Let them just be able to say, this person touched my life in some way or another. And talking about personal development, I have somebody who is also going to come and talk about our personal development, Bunmi, and I'm so happy that you touched on it, because a lot of
Very
women
important.
need to know the whole of this period. I have been taking courses, paid coaches every day, just opening up I have a couple of my sisters here that were taking some courses together, just opening up my brain, opening up myself to, you know, this excavation of whatever it is that has been there before that is dead, that is not working. Just let's remove it and just, you know, come into this place where you are, you know, maximizing your potential. And there's no way you can do that if you do not, you know, invest in personal development. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not. So thank you so much, Bunmi. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
For having me.
For everyone who is here, thank you so much. Tomorrow, I am going to be having Okwe Praise. She's going to be talking to us about intimacy. And as in tomorrow, some people are like, yes, we're waiting for Okwe. So see you guys same time tomorrow. Thank you, everyone who joined in. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Good night, Bunmi. Thank you so much. Good night.
Love you.
Bye.